VP Sara Duterte wish ngayong Valentine's Day na magkatuluyan sina spokesperson Attorney Claire Castro at President Bongbong Marcos Jr., Secretary Castro kay Sara, immoral ka at Chucky. Dating Pangulong Duterte nireject ang hiling na hindi fit na dumalo sa darating na hearing sa ICC sa February 23. At good news naman, Pangulong Marcos Jr. update sa kauna-unahang subway sa bansa. Hindi nagustuhan ni Secretary Claire Castro ang mala-immoral umano na biro ng isang vice-presidente ng bansa. Ang wish ni VP Sara Duterte ngayong Valentine's Day kina Secretary Castro at President Marcos Jr. na magkatuluyan. Sana ay magkatuluyan umano ang dalawa. Ang nagsimula bilang isang Valentine's quip ay sumabog sa isang mainit na palitan sa pagitan ng isang hindi pa nagagawang alyansa sa politika ng Pilipinas.
BBM mo kay Claire.
Message?
Sa Valentine's. I-greet lang kasi.
Unta, magkadayon silang doha. Magkadayon ang tamong doha.
Ganito po bang leader, tulad ni VP Sara, ang dapat nating hangaan at dapat nating ilagay sa pedestal? Ang anumang salitang nanggagaling sa kanya ay puro paninira, puro insinuation, puro ka-immoralidad. Ang Pangulo po ay mayroong pamilya, mapagmahal na asawa, mabuting ama. At ako rin po ay may pamilya. So sa isang tulad na ni Vice Presidente na magsasalita ng ganito, ito po ay napakababa bilang babae. At sa mga ganitong sitwasyon, yung kanya mga kaalyado na nagmamarunong sa communications at mga propagandista, isang hiling. Maaari niyo po bang turuan ang Vice Presidente sa kanyang communications? Bigyan niyo po ng Comms 101 para magkaroon naman ng konting, or rather, katiting na pagka-statesman. At ang aking message, Valentine message sa kanya, VP Sara, spread love. Not fake news, not immorality. Don't be a Chucky.
Samantala, binasura ng tuluyan ng ICC ang appeal ng kampo ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte na not fit to stand trial siya, kaya tuloy na ang confirmation of charges nito sa February 23. Inaprubahan din ng ICC ang 500 pa karagdagang biktima ng war on drugs sa administrasyon ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Sinabi ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. noong Biyernes na ang kauna-unahang subway system ng bansa ay umuusad ng mas mabilis kaysa sa naplano, na minarkahan ang isang bihirang pagkabilis sa isang sektor ng transportasyon na matagal nang nauugnay sa mga pagkaantala at pagkaurong. Ang Metro Manila Subway Project, isang 33.1 km underground railway na may 17 istasyon, ay tatakbo mula Valenzuela City hanggang Taguig, kabilang ang direktang link sa Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3. Sa sandaling gumana, inaasahang bawasan ng system ang end-to-end na oras ng paglalakbay sa humigit kumulang 46 minutes at maglingkod na humigit kumulang 500,000 na pasahero araw-araw. Ang Department of Transportation ay nagtatarget ng isang bahagyang pagsubok na tatakbo sa unang quarter ng 2028 na nagpapahiwatig na ang matagal ng naantala ng mega project ay lumilipat sa isang mas advanced na yugto ng pagpapatupad. Para po sa inyong mga opinyon, maaari po kayong magkomento sa baba. Maraming salamat po at huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-like na rin ang video. Maraming salamat.
Today, we proved to the world something we once thought would be impossible: a subway in Metro Manila. I join with you in our optimism and excitement as we gather here for the groundbreaking of the Kalayaan Avenue and Bonifacio Global City or BGC stations. This segment will link the Shaw Boulevard station, which we just came from and we inspected, and I'm happy to report that the progress is proceeding and the work is proceeding, and we are very much on schedule. In fact, we are from the original timetable. We have accelerated the process and we are moving even more quickly than that. But this segment now will link Shaw Boulevard station in Pasig to the Lawton Avenue station in Taguig. Earlier today, we inspected Shaw Boulevard. The progress that we've witnessed there and in all of this project demonstrate that implementation is fully and actively underway. The station in BGC is projected to the stations, because there are three of them, four. The three stations in BGC are projected to serve no less than 200,000 passengers per day in its opening year. This means workers arriving on time, students getting home earlier, and our citizens regaining hours that we once lost to congestion. Once the entire 33-kilometer stretch of the Metro Manila subway system is fully operational, the travel time from Valenzuela to BGC will be reduced from 1.5 hours to just 29 minutes. This will also significantly improve airport connectivity. From Quezon City to Manila Airport, the travel time will be shortened from more than 1 hour to 35 minutes. More importantly, planned railway interconnections will allow seamless transfers at key stations. At North Avenue, the subway will connect to LRT 1, MRT 3, and MRT 7. At the Anona station, it will connect to LRT 2. At the Ortigas station, it will link with the proposed MRT 4. The subway is also designed for interoperability with the North-South Commuter Railway, strengthening Metro Manila's connectivity to all the nearby provinces. This is the scale of transformation that we are building. And this brings us closer to a fully connected subway that will redefine mobility in our nation's capital. It also brings us closer towards restoring dignity to daily travel and reaffirming our confidence in what we can achieve as a nation. For decades, traffic in Metro Manila has been more than an inconvenience. It has been a constant consideration affecting our daily decisions. It influences where we work, where we study, and how we plan our lives. Some students hesitate to enroll in their dream school because the commute will take 2 hours or more one way. Others decline promising job offers because the cost of commuting to work will outweigh the salary and mean less time for family. And this is not the kind of future that we want for our kababayans. And that is why this administration is determined to address these problems by providing sustainable, long-term solutions. This subway is one of those solutions. This project is part of a broader effort to improve our public transport system. Because in that regard, we have this year released more than 49 billion pesos for the railway sector under the DOTR. We continue enhancement works in key stations, including the MRT 3 Quezon Avenue station, to improve passenger flow and accessibility for senior citizens and persons with disabilities. To help our commuters save on expenses and make daily travel more convenient, we issued discounted beep cards and implemented cashless payments in MRT 3. We have also made free Wi-Fi available in all of its stations, as well as in several EDSA busway stations to ensure greater comfort and connectivity for our passengers. The Laubas Libreng Sakay program continues to operate in Metro Manila, in Cebu, and in Davao. All these we do because we want future generations to no longer worry about traffic and distance when they make their life choices. At this juncture, I wish to recognize the BCDA and Mega World Corporation for granting the DOTR a perpetual easement of right-of-way for the construction of these stations. Thank you for your help and assistance. Because this means that this project begins constructions with 100% of the required right-of-way already secured. And anyone familiar with this kind of transport project, large-scale transport projects, will know and will remember that it is the right-of-way that is the hardest part of that project. And this again is an example of what we can achieve when we take on, as our full partners in development, the private sector, and work together well to gain this kind of success. I also wish to express, of course, our deepest appreciation to the government of Japan and to JICA for their continuing steadfast support, which we have enjoyed over many decades. With the scale and complexity of this project, we are exercising careful oversight and close coordination amongst all the implementing agencies and all our partners. We remain committed to sustain the momentum and to ensure that this project proceeds with discipline, transparency, and accountability. Certainly, this project will outlast this administration, but its benefits and impact will endure, serving generations of Filipinos yet to come. Ladies and gentlemen, a subway beneath our city also serves as a foundation for a greater nation above it. Let us continue this work with genuine commitment to improving the everyday lives of every single Filipino. Panahon na upang matuldukan ang dekadang paghihirap ng ating mga commuter. Hangad natin ang ligtas, mabilis at komportableng biyahe dahil ang oras ng bawat Pilipino ay mahalaga. At bawat minutong matitipid ay oras na may Google ninyo kasama ang inyong mga pamilya. Thank you very much. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas. Maraming salamat at magandang umaga sa inyo.